What's going on YouTube? CDA Green here, back with another video, and today we have learned to rest so well it makes you dangerous. Now, of course, when we're kids, you know what I'm saying, even when we growing up, it's important. People tell us, yeah, you got to get your sleep, get 8 hours of sleep every night, get at least 6 hours of sleep, but aim from 7 hours to 9 hours, right? That's what everybody says, because sleep is where you recover, it's where your muscles grow. It's where you get taller. It's when your eyes, like if you have eye bags, those disappear. You know what I'm saying? Your sickness goes away when you sleep. Like everything stems from the sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. Now me, I ain't gonna lie, I've never gotten good sleep consistently in my whole life. I'll be honest. That sound effect was because I messed up, but this is for what I just said. There you go. I haven't gotten consistent sleep very much at all in my whole life. There's odd, you know what I'm saying, streaks where I do here and there, but they're very few and far between. Now, we always think about what would we be, where would we be, how well would we be doing if we could just get consistent amounts of sleep every night. But you got things like TV keeping us up at night, our phones, we always want to keep scrolling on social media, watching the next YouTube vid, you know what I'm saying, them late night yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And it's just so many distractions and things stimulating you so that you don't even want to go to sleep. But then when you wake up in the morning, say you gotta go to school like at the crack of dawn, now you wishing that you went to sleep, right? Yeah. So we always hear about how good sleep is, yet none of us choose to take it so seriously. And with this video, it's titled Learn to Rest So Well It Makes You Dangerous. I wonder what you mean by that, my friend? Let me know something. I'm kind of interested to find out. Will this make me that nigga? Finally, can I be him? Can I have aura if I just get sleep? Let's find out in this video. So without further ado, make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. And let's get to this video, bruh. Shout out to Illuminati.
You put the phone down for a second. Well,
It's
don't
down.
actually put it down. This is YouTube. I need the views. But mentally, pause, just breathe for a second. You good? Okay. Because I've got something to tell you. And I promise, it's not going to be another motivational talk that leaves you feeling worse than before. This isn't about grinding harder or waking up at 4 a.m. to conquer the planet. Nah. This is about something your soul has probably been craving for a while now. You ready? You need to learn to rest, like really rest, deeply, intentionally. The kind of rest that doesn't just recharge your phone battery, but recharges you, not just so you feel better, but so you can become dangerous again. Yeah, I said it. Rest so well it makes you dangerous. You see, somewhere along the way, we all bought into this lie that rest is laziness. That if you're not constantly doing, producing, proving, you're falling behind.
Like FedEx Fearless said, if you're not working 80 plus hours a week, you're not a man, my nigga. Pack it up. You might as well just go, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, because you're not that nigga. Yeah, bro, you're a failure. You'll never be him unless you're working 80 hours a week. So, yeah, there's definitely a negative connotation behind rest. Every time I see my mans, he rested midday. Like, you know what I'm saying? He in the bed. I call this nigga. I'm like, yo, bro, it's afternoon. It's 1 p.m. This nigga in the bed with his bonnet on and shit. Braid head niggas. He always got bonnets on and shit. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? It's a joke. I'm like, bro, this your new day, bro. This what you did with it? Your day ended before it even started? You know what I'm saying? Whole time he could just be tired. You know what I'm saying? Life be tough. Sometimes we just need breaks. We just need a little bit of rest. We don't know how much sleep he got last night. Yeah, it's just like, I'm just roasting my mans for the fun of it. But yeah, it's not that deep, but it definitely is a bad look. Our heads always go to laziness when we see people sleeping. You know what I'm saying? And that's why there's that thought that people are like, oh, if you want to follow your dreams, if you want to chase your dreams, you're gonna be you can't sleep. You can't afford to do that. You got to be up grinding 24/7. Get 1 hour of sleep. That's all you can afford. It's like, yo, bro, how long can you sustain that though? You know what I'm saying? I get chasing your dreams and going full throttle. If you happen to stay up late 1 or 2, 3, 4 nights, that's cool. It's not because you chose it, but you're just like, oh, I need to get this done. You know what I'm saying? I'm so hungry for this thing. Yeah, let me get it done. Oh man, dang, I ended up losing sleep over it. I didn't mean for that to happen, but hey, that's what happened. Maybe next time we'll get some good sleep. But yeah, it's not like an active thing people do. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be successful, so I'm gonna sleep less. It's like if you're not actually doing something with that time that you would be sleeping, it's like, bro, what's the point? You know what I'm saying, my nigga? You watching 3 a.m. TikToks is not gonna make you successful in the game. It don't mean that you grinding, my nigga. Come on.
So now, most of us rest like criminals, guiltily, secretly, with one eye open, scrolling on your phone while binge watching a show you're not even enjoying, feeling guilty the whole time for not being productive. That's not rest. That's digital purgatory. Real rest isn't just the absence of doing, it's the presence of peace, the return of you, your mind, your body, your heart, coming back online. And look, I'm not judging. I've been there, burnt out, stretched thin, telling myself, I just need to push through this one last thing. Like that's not the 400th one last thing this week. You ever been so tired that even when you sleep, your dreams are just you replying to emails? Yeah,
That's
that's
OD.
not rest. That's your brain crying for help in spreadsheet form. Let me tell you a story, one of my favorites. There was this young guy who wanted to be the best woodcutter in the village. He trained, practiced, sharpened his axe, did all the things. One day he challenged an older lumberjack to a woodcutting contest. Sunup to sundown. Whoever chops the most wood wins. The young guy goes hard, all day, doesn't stop. He looks over every hour and sees the old man sitting down, drinking tea, even napping at one point. And he's thinking, I've got this in the bag. This dude's wasting time.
Sound an awful lot like the tortoise and the hare. But let's see how it goes.
Sun sets. They weigh the wood. The old man wins. Young guy's like, how? I never stopped. You took breaks. And the old man smiles and says, yes. But every time I sat down, I sharpened my axe. Boom. That story lives rent-free in my brain because that's the power of real rest. It doesn't make you soft. It makes you sharp, focused, present. Rest isn't the enemy of progress. It's what makes progress sustainable.
So in other words, if you just power through for long hours, say you do 24 hours of just nonstop work, you know what I'm saying? After a certain while, the quality of the work goes down, and now you're just doing shit just for the sake of it. You still feel like you're working hard, but you're not producing quite as good quality work. But if you were to work, say 8 hours, which is still a long time, you know what I'm saying? If you work 8 hours, rest another work 8 more hours after that, you know what I'm saying? That's 16 hours of work altogether. But the quality didn't dip because you properly took time to sharpen your knife, your axe. So the quality didn't dip. You just stayed more productive, and you essentially achieved more than you did with 8 hours more time, all because you didn't want to rest. Makes sense.
But the problem is, we
This
don't
nigga neck long as shit. What the fuck? Look at,
progress.
y'all see
It's
this
what
nigga?
makes progress sustainable.
Pencil neck ass nigga, man. I was looking at this shit the whole time. His head looked like the light bulb in the joint, bro. Like, how's your neck like 50% of your height, nigga? That's bad. I got a decently long. Never mind. I have a decently long neck, but yeah, bro, my shit not like this. It's
But
crazy.
the problem is, we don't rest. We numb. We escape. We distract. We shove food in our mouths while standing. We scroll through 17 social media apps while lying in bed.
Yep.
We watch 4 episodes of a show and don't remember a single plot line. That's not rest. That's sedation. That's your brain hitting the emergency off switch because it knows you won't. You ever wake up more tired than when you went to bed? Yeah. That's not sleep. That's a system reboot after a crash. And let's be honest. Most of us are running on fumes, smiling through the exhaustion like a haunted Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. So here's my
Them
question
Jones
for
is
you.
creepy.
When was the last time you actually felt awake? Not just not asleep. I mean fully alive, clear, peaceful. Like you could look around and say,
Shit, I would say today, my nigga. You know, because with me, I'll be tired if I don't get enough sleep in the morning. I'll be tired for like 30 minutes and then I'm wide awake after that. It don't matter. I could have just gotten like 2 to 3 hours of sleep, bro. I'm gonna be wide the fuck awake after 30 minutes. So I always feel alive. But that crash I get when I come back home to the crib, yeah, it's like no other, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But in the moments I feel alive though, but I feel like I could feel more alive if I do consistently dedicate 8 hours of sleep every night to myself, you know? So yeah, I don't have anything to compare it to. I do feel alive, but I wonder if I could feel even more.
Say, yeah, I'm here. I'm okay. That's rare, right? But it shouldn't be. Because when you're rested, you think better. You love better. You laugh more. You say no to things that drain you, and yes to the stuff that lights you up. You stop reacting out of survival mode and start responding with wisdom.
Hmm.
You stop snapping at your partner over nothing, forgetting where you put your keys, or losing hours of your day to nonsense. You become you again. But rest doesn't happen by accident. You can't wait until you crash to finally take care of yourself. That's like waiting to drink water until you pass out. Rest is proactive. You build it in. You protect it. You fight for it like your life depends on it.
So you rest so that you never get tired, truly. But it feels like a waste, like he said, because like if you didn't feel like you earned it, like you're not right past the fuck out, that's when you feel like, oh yeah, I should go to sleep now because I really earned it. This is how I know I went crazy today. If I'm, you know what I'm saying, this exhausted. But apparently it's not good to let yourself get to that state.
Because honestly, it kind of does. And I get it. You're busy. Life is demanding. But let me lovingly say this. You don't have time not to rest. You don't have time to keep running on empty, making decisions with a foggy mind and a fried nervous system. Because tired you is not the best you. Tired you is forgetful, grumpy, reactive. Tired you thinks everything is a crisis and everyone is out to get you. But rested you, phew, that's a whole different energy. Rested you is thoughtful, clear, funny again, creative, bold. Rested you has boundaries.
Hey, on that boat, I need heavy on that boat, nigga. You telling me if I get 8 hours of sleep, nigga, I could talk to some huzz? Oh yeah, bro, I'm going to sleep right after this recording, nigga. Best believe.
Rested you remembers what matters.
For sure.
Rested you starts showing up with a calm power that turns heads. You walk different when your soul isn't limping. And the beautiful thing? Rest doesn't have to mean a 2-week vacation in the Maldives. Although if someone's offering, call me. Sometimes rest is 15 minutes of silence before the day starts. A walk with no podcast in your ears, eating lunch without a screen, turning your phone off at 8 p.m. just to sit with...
Bro, I don't know if I could do that shit, bro. Eating lunch without YouTube, my nigga, that's tough. Why would I do something like that? Unless I'm having a conversation with someone, that's different. But if it's just me and my thoughts, bro. But then again, that's what's wrong with the generation. We don't think. We don't have time to reflect because we always stimulating and distracting ourselves with some other shit. That's why we can't figure shit out. Good point. Touche.
With your thoughts and realizing you don't have to fix everything tonight. Sometimes rest is laughing with someone who gets you. Sometimes it's a nap that you don't apologize for. Sometimes it's saying, I'm not available for that right now, and without explaining your whole life story. That's not selfish. That's wisdom. You are not a machine. You're not a content factory. You're not a list of tasks. You are a human being, and you have limits. Honoring them doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. You ever notice that animals know when to rest? A lion doesn't feel guilty for napping 20 hours a day. A cat will sleep on your laptop while you work, completely unbothered. But we will literally collapse while saying, I'm fine.
It's because we gotta get to this money on, bro. That's it. You don't got choice to sleep 20 hours a day, man. That was the case, you would only have 4 hours to actually do your shit. And that can't cut it, bro. You gotta get up and get this money on, nigga. Rise and grind. Money just ruined everything. I feel like we didn't need money, bro. Or we didn't need to, like... Well, then again, we would also have to go back out, you know what I'm saying? If this was the olden days before the modern civilization, hunt for our food. Find land to stay on, you know what I'm saying? Clean water to drink. That always happens at least one time in the recordings. But yeah, there's always things to do, I guess, that you are responsible for. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to get after it in some way. But with humans, I don't know. It's just more of a, urgency and like, you need to do this type of thing. At least for men. I'll speak for men because I am one. But yeah, I imagine for women, it's something to that extent as well, but just not as much as a man would be, because as men, we're supposed to be the providers and the workers, the hard workers, the go-getters. So yeah, heavy on that.
Tired. So here's your gentle reminder. From me, your friendly neighborhood narrator. Take the nap. Breathe deep. Turn off the noise. Say no. Let the dishes sit in the sink for a few hours. The world won't
For
fall
real.
apart. And if it does, at least you'll be well rested when it happens. Stare at the ceiling. Pet your dog. Hug someone for longer than usual. Let your shoulders drop. Give your nervous
Fuck,
system.
nigga, you let your neck drop. Boy, pause. That
Hug
wasn't your
someone for
shoulders,
longer than
bro.
usual.
Nigga let his neck drop. What is that, bro? And what is this little thing on the top of your head, big bro? Is that your hair? You know what I'm saying? That's your cut. Bro, you look like an onion, bro. That joint is not tough. I don't know what that is.
Your shoulders drop. Give your nervous system a break from always being on. Because when you rest well, you return different.
Turn
You
Super
return
Saiyan.
grounded, calm, focused, clear-eyed, fully charged. And that version of you? That version is dangerous. Dangerous to burnout. Dangerous to people-pleasing. Dangerous to fear.
Mm.
Dangerous to anything that told you your worth is tied to your productivity. So go sharpen your axe, my friend. The world's going to need it. But first, rest. Like your power depends on it.
Word.
Because it does.
That's
Hey.
tough. WVid, man, for real. WVid. It's gonna be the next one we react to. Just give me a second to close this one out. So get off my screen.
Yeah,
You mean? Let's go back to
Put
this
the
one.
phone down for it.
Nah, it's already done, bro. Don't worry about it. That was a W video though. Yeah, for sure. The main takeaway from it is there's nothing wrong with taking some rest every once in a while. I feel like it only becomes a bad thing when that's all you're doing. You know what I mean? You think, oh, I gotta work all the time. Nah, just work. You know what I'm saying? It's like they say, work hard, play hard. Resting is not really play, but it's a metaphor in the sense that you can work and you can do things that relax you too. Like earn your leisure, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Play hard, nigga. Sleep hard, whatever you want to say. It's all about balance. There's a healthy balance that should be had in everything in life. You know what I'm saying? Especially with your rest and your work-life balance, they call it, right? So it only becomes a problem when you're when you're sleeping more than you're working, or maybe even sleeping and not working at all. Because too much sleep, I don't know the benefits or the downsides of that. I know you feel sluggish if you sleep too much, maybe. I don't know. That's something I've heard. And you wake up tired if you sleep too much, which is counterintuitive, but whatever. But yeah, you know, sleep is important. Work is important, but that doesn't mean you get to neglect one or the other. You got to do both. And once you find that perfect balance and don't feel guilty for doing so, that's when you truly win. And you become dangerous to all that shit he said. Ambition, creativity, fear, being confident, being bold, all that. You know what I'm saying? The world is your oyster. Once you just earn your sleep, it'll make you dangerous. So I enjoyed that video. Hopefully y'all did as well. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Comment something down below. Just say what's up. In general, you know what I'm saying? We here for the summer. Best believe. So yeah, if you have the desire to do any of them things I just said, I would greatly appreciate it. But just you being here is greatly appreciated as well. So thank you for being here once again. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.